Hi, hello, and welcome to Site24x7 webinar series. My name is Ilango. I am the technical support engineer with Site24x7. Today we will go over the topic on real user experience monitoring, which is real user monitoring. We call it as RUM in short. Today's agenda: introduction to Site24x7. Let us see what is Site24x7 and what it offers. We will see end user experience monitoring. What is real user monitoring, how it differs from a synthetic monitoring, its importance, features, and functionalities. What we can achieve by integrating it with APM Insight module, how it is helpful in monitoring from the user's click to the backend process, how RUM differs from other monitoring solutions, and later on we can see some best practices, how best we can achieve from RUM application. So before we get into it, let me give you a heads up on who we are and what we do. We are Zoho Corp, started our business in 1996. Zoho Corp has three major divisions: Zoho Work Online, which offers more than 30 plus SaaS products like business applications, productive and collaboration apps like CRM, Creator, Zoho Projects, Zoho Meetings, Zoho Docs, and many more. Zoho Work Online has a customer base of 13 plus million users across the globe. Managed Engine division focuses on enterprise ID management products like help desk management, network management, Active Directory, and many more. And Site24x7 is, we can say it's a cloud wing of Managed Engine. It has close to 25 plus products in its portfolio. More than 90,000 enterprise companies uses our products. And WebNMS is a framework solution model which helps to build customized solutions. That's pretty much about who we are and what we do. All right, so what is Site24x7? Site24x7 is a powerful all-in-one monitoring solution from the cloud. You can monitor your entire infrastructure from one single console. We offer end-user experience monitoring, application performance monitoring, that is APM Insight monitoring, by which you can monitor the performance of your applications like Java, .NET, and Ruby on Rails. Server monitoring helps you monitor your Windows and Linux servers from cloud. Network monitoring helps you monitor your switches, routers, firewalls, etc. Public and private cloud monitoring helps you to monitor your cloud infrastructure. So what is end user experience monitoring? End user experience monitoring has two flavors, which is synthetic and real user monitoring. Synthetic monitoring runs in a controlled environment with dedicated RAM, memory, and CPU, etc. Whereas real user monitoring, which is RUM, gives you real-time experience by the user. So let's see what synthetic and real user monitoring does. According to Google, a mere half a second increase in page load time would result in 20% revenue loss. So synthetic monitoring helps you identify the status of your web page, whether it is up or down, by sending a request from control environment, as I said. So let's say a polling server. This will let you know the availability of your web page, its response time, throughput, and it also could offer you a waterfall chart with the response time of every component by analyzing the complete page. Will that be enough to understand a customer's experience? The result of a synthetic monitoring is a result or average of a poll from a single or bunch of servers of one or more location. It may not give you an experience felt by a human. It is something robotic to understand your website's performance. The limitation of synthetic monitoring is it doesn't let you know how individual user experiences your web page. It doesn't let you know the performance of your web page on different browsers. You may not know how your website performs on different operating systems and with different internet service providers. These limitations are addressed by RUM, the real user monitor. The real user monitor gives you a complete picture of user experience across browsers and devices. The best way to protect web revenue is to collect, track, alert, and report on web application performance data directly from your users. From the moment they navigate to your website until the web page has fully loaded or a transaction is completed. This is exactly what you get with real user monitoring. So what is real user monitoring? Real user monitoring is a performance monitoring which helps you to monitor your desktop and mobile web and native mobile application. So you can also monitor your iOS, Apple, and Android devices with it. It is not just an analytical tool, even though it does collect analytics, metrics, and analyze data. It is used to give visibility into how the application is behaving, troubleshoot performance problems, and fix them even before an user actually complains about it. So let's see how the Real User Monitor architecture works with Site24x7. Real User Monitor is very simple of use. All the user needs to do is simply generate a small JavaScript snippet and install it on into the header or footer part of the HTML code of the web application that needs to be tracked. From there on, all the performance data would be captured and presented in a single Site24x7 console. Once users access the application via various browsers from different platforms and devices, the browsers capture and send application performance metrics over the internet via a one-way HTTPS to the RUM data center. That's what we are seeing here. The data collectors and app servers within the RUM data center interact via a queue. The web servers located in the Site24x7 primary data center interact with the app servers, which in turn communicates with the big data, and from there on, all the performance data is captured and represented in a single Site24x7 console. So let's see how to set up Real User Monitor for a website. So as I said, it's very simple. That you have to generate a small JavaScript snippet, install it to the header or the footer of your code. So once a user starts accessing the application, you'll be able to see everything. So let me show it here. So add application will let you to add the application. So you have to just enter the domain name. For instance, and if it's test app, you can just enter testapp.com, or for instance, if it is Site24x7, Site24x7.com would do. And you can set AppDex threshold here. So by default, it will be 2,000 milliseconds. It will be 2 seconds will be the satisfied customers for Site24x7. If you want to modify it, you can modify it as well. So based on the AppDex algorithm, the tolerable and frustrated user gets changed. For instance, if I set 3,000 milliseconds, the tolerable and frustrated users are calculated automatically and be added. So once you save it, it gives you the snippet. So you have to just copy paste it onto your code, your HTML code, and upload it to the web server. And once it is done, the setup is finished. So when and where a user tries to access your web page, we'll start collecting the metrics from there. So that's what it's shown here, the 3-step process, which is very simple. So let's see how it works. So as I said, Real User Monitor provides deep insight into key performance metrics right from initiation of the URL to the request served back to the browser. This will help the developers to tailor-make the applications to be more fluid to end users based on their location, browser usage, device type, etc. So let me show you how it looks like. So from here, it will give you the web transaction by browser, by the device type, with the OS version and internet service provider. All the details will be given here. So as I said, you can monitor your browser metrics, how the user experience your web page on different browsers like Explorer, Chrome, Firefox. You can also monitor how your mobile portable website is working on desktop, tablet, and mobile application. You can monitor your individual web transaction, complete web page lifecycle metrics. And as I said, you can also monitor, you can also get to know about the top 10 internet service providers, which is by which the users are accessing your portal. These are the supported browsers. I mean, your web page should be supported by these browsers, and whenever the user accessing from the list of these browser model and above, will be able to capture the metrics. So for Internet, it should be 9 and above. For Firefox, 31. Firefox and Chrome, it should be 31 and above. For Safari, 8. Opera, it should be 25, and Android browser, 4.1 and above. For Chrome, and for Android, it's 39. So let me take to the interface. It'll get a clear picture. So this is the admin summary. So based on the APDEX code that you set here, while doing the configuration, you'll be able to see how the users are experiencing your web page globally. So for Site24x7, we have a very good, an excellent APDEX score from Asia and Europe zone, as well as some part of North America. And it has a very good experience in other part of North America, India, and Australia. And when you look at some of the African countries, it's poor, and very few countries have a very bad, bad experience. So we should concentrate on these regions to, improve the APDEX score for the customers. So by adding more servers, we can bring it up. We can have a very good APDEX score. And one more thing. So it will also list the top 5 response time across, with various countries, and high throughput across different countries. You can see the response time and throughput here. So the developer summary will give you the response time for front end as well as the back end time. So you can monitor how it works on the back end as well as on the front end, how the user experience and how the developers has to take care of it. So you can see a pie chart, with the front end time and the back end time, how much time it takes to load. The web transaction will help you with the response time split up and the throughput split up over here. So these many queries are being sent every time, and these are the response time for each and every query that's been sent. So you can see the response time and the split up for each and every query by just clicking on it. Right, and the most important thing is the browser response, how your website is performing on different browsers. So here you can see the response time, the average response time on Firefox for Site24x7 is very less comparing to Chrome or Internet Explorer. So by which you can, you can make your developers to concentrate in developing the web page on browser specific, right? And again, the geographic location here, it gives the top 10 countries with less response time. The device type gives you an idea about how your website performs on different operating systems. So Site24x7 has a very good response time with Linux when it comparing to iPad. And it gives you the top 10 internet service provider details as well. So you can come to know about the global internet service provider across the countries, how your website performs with different service providers. So these things, you cannot get from a normal website or web page analyzer monitor. These things will help you in building, a web page which gives you better response time to the customer across all the internet service provider or the browsers or the desktop, the operating systems. Right. So that's what it is shown here on the slides. Okay. Right, so let me explain you the functionalities of RUM. So you can track web transactions, response time, number of page views, APM and components split up. The response time split up as network time, backend time, and front-end time for all transactions. So front-end, which is browser optimization by analyzing the component split up of front-end response time, as document download time, document processing time, page rendering time, and so on can be monitored. So the real user monitor enables you to track AJAX calls so that you can get deeper into your browser code and see what is happening underneath it. A multiple AJAX requests from a single page is also tracked to identify the performance for each of them and fine-tune them. AJAX calls also, you can get the throughput, response time, component split of each AJAX calls. This is one of the unique feature of Site24x7. So it supports model view controller, which is an emerging framework technology used in client development. So a real user monitor helps the user to collect metrics and monitor the performance of web applications that are built on MVC framework as well. So you can get the response time, throughput, and component split up for these new client frameworks too, which is unique with Site24x7 real user monitor. So not just the front end, you can also monitor your backend experience with by integrating APM Insight with Real User Monitor. So APM Insight and Real User Monitoring are, can be contextually integrated. So what is APM? Site24x7 APM Insight provides developers and IT operations with unmatched visibility into the way a web application behaves. So this is the APM, application management. So here you can monitor your Java, Ruby on Rails, and .NET applications. Just by integrating your Real User Monitor with any one of these applications, you can monitor. You can backtrack the backend process as well. Not only the front end, but you can also backtrack the backend process. So this is one of the application which is integrated with Real User Monitor. And the integration is pretty simple. Here you can see how to integrate. So, once you install the application, the agent on the application, it will ask you to integrate it with Real User Monitor. Since I have installed the Real User Monitor already, it will be listed here. So just by choosing it and finishing it off, it will load and come up, with the results. So with this integration, you get visibility of an application's performance from a single console. You can all critical metrics such as application performance from the user's click on the browser, the time taken in backend process to the request, network latency, and time consumed in rendering the response is all captured and displayed in a single console. With both the browser time and server time integrated, you can now easily analyze all metrics together, helping in fine-tuning app performance. So it will give you a complete picture about the APM score, the app server's response time. When it comes to web transaction, so similarly it gives you the app server component split up and exception split up. And the RUM analytics also given within the APM Insight tab. So I can have a single console to monitor everything just by integrating it with APM Insight. So it gives you the geographical score, the response time by device, by browser, and by internet service provider. So that's what it is shown here. So we can see the browser component split up and the app server's component split up all together just by integrating. So this is the RUM analytics screenshot. Right. So perfect. So how we differ from other vendors? So as I said, you can try to integrate your front end through the back end visibility by integrating Site24x7 APM Insight with Site24x7 Real User Monitor. You can also track any MVC framework-based JS clients, which is not supported by others. So you can monitor your AngularJS, Ember.js, and many more. You can track AJAX requests. You can track web and native mobile apps. As I said, the mobile portable website, you can also monitor that with the help of real user monitoring. And we offer a competitive pricing. You know about that already. Right, so when it comes to pricing, so these are the models that we support real user monitor. I mean, these are the business package under which we support real user monitor. So starting from business pack, you can monitor installed on your monitoring solution. So you can have 500,000 page views starting from business package, and up to 5 million page views per month. Right. So with the help of best practices, what you can achieve is you can use RUM, the real user information, to better inform your web or mobile development roadmaps. So as I said, based on the browser's response time and how it performs with different operating systems, you can develop your website accordingly. You can determine if code changes or architectural or infrastructure changes at the desired effort to the cost, error, and performance. You can set the right AppDex score. As I said, by default it will be 2 seconds. So if you feel that your website need more time for a satisfied customer, you can also set the right AppDex score and observe how the users are experiencing your web page from a global perspective. You can also learn the performance of your web page on different browsers, as I said. All right, and I have a quick question to all you people. So, what type of applications would you want to do a real user monitoring for? Do you want to primarily monitor the primarily internet web applications or internal applications used by office employees? Both are equally important. So please use the chat option in the webinar to type in our answer, or send an email to webinars@site247.com with the subject RUM, Real User Monitor Webinar, so that we'll be able to enhance our product here. And one more time, let me repeat the question here. So what type of application would you want to do a real user monitoring for? Is it is it just internet web application? B, internal application used by office employees? And option C is you want to monitor both, both internal and internal application. Thank you. That's about it.